Hi, welcome to Deep Dive Photography. Today in Pixinsight, we're comparing EZ Denoise with NoiseXTerminator. EZ Denoise and NoiseXTerminator obviously are two different software packages. An EZ Suite is obviously free of charge. It's a very good and actually speeds up the processing. You do get deconvolution, denoise, HDR, live stack, soft stretch, and star reduction with the processing suite, whereas the NoiseXTerminator is quite literally just the software itself. To purchase, I think it is $60. It's about £50 in UK cash. Very nice software. So what we're going to do today is compare EZ Denoise to the NoiseXTerminator to see how we go. For this, we use M13. We've got 3 sets of data here, well, technically 6, but 3 sets of data. We've got obviously from the 72 ED, and we have it from my RASA. The reason I've done this is because obviously RASA is a faster system, as well as the M13 from my old 72 ET, I think was only about an hour's worth of data, if that, maybe even 30 minutes. It wasn't a lot of data, so we're going to compare the differences between them from 2 different platforms. And I'm obviously, there's XTerminator, you've got the EZ Suite, and then I've left 2 which are completely unprocessed, so you can see the differences between them. I've used 2 sets of data for this. I've used data from M13, obviously for all of them, but one from the 72 ED and one from my RASA. These are my 72s, and obviously the RASA is labeled as RASA, and obviously each one's got XTerminator, easy processing, and there's 2 stock pictures. Now, if we open up these stock pictures, you can see the data is, you can see the noise. Obviously, the RASA has a distinct advantage because it's a faster optic. So for that 1 hour, you're talking nearly 9 hours worth of data with my 72 ED. So the noise isn't comparable between the scopes, but this is a comparison between scopes for the noise levels. To give you an idea, not just by one scope, just show you the effectiveness of the actual software we're going to use. And also, I have also done Blur XTerminator for all bar the stock pictures, which is their deconvolution. This is just to give it a level playing ground. I usually do blur first before noise reduction, so I've just done that first. I've done that for these 4 pictures. These are left completely stock, so I stacked them, open up the picture in Pixinsight. This is what you get straight away, and obviously they are obviously auto stretch, so they're still black, and they're just auto stretch. So we're comparing solely the noise reduction here. So the processing between the 3 types of, the 2 bits of software and these stock are as follows here. This is the stock photo. You can see a lot of noise here. M13, I believe, was about hours, at the most an hour's worth of data. I think this is about 30 minutes. I think I called it on the end of one night when it came up a long time ago. So you can see quite a bit of noise there. When we're comparing this to EZ Denoise, let's just whack them together. We come out, let's just choose an area where they're exactly the same. There. So you can see the noise is vastly reduced. A much better picture. So denoise is always viable for a part of your software packaging. Now we're comparing this to the NoiseXTerminator, and it is, he says, so it's about here. So you can see the noise is vastly reduced from the Star XTerminator. Sorry, the NoiseXTerminator. I keep saying Star XTerminator. It's the NoiseXTerminator. And you can see the difference between the two software packages, where the paid package is much better, and comparing to easy processing, and even both of them look better than the stock photo without any noise reduction completely at all. So some is always better than none. The easy processing suite, it does well, but the NoiseXTerminator is a far superior package. And when comparing these on my Rasa, it's a slightly different view. So here's your stock photo there, and you can clearly see the difference there. The original data, obviously, the Rasa with 1 hour worth of data, you're talking about 9 hours worth with my which my 72 EDs from Skywatcher, which is these three here. I think at most about half hour to an hour, like I said, but this is from a Skywatcher 72 ED scope with a flattener, no reducer, so it'd be like a focal 6.3 ratio. This is f2, so the noise reduction is massive compared, because of the sheer fact of the amount of data I've used, compared. The 1 hour is about 9 hours worth of data when comparing it to 72, which is not why I'm not comparing them both together, because it'd be an unfair advantage to the Rasa. But the noise itself is reduced here, but the NoiseXTerminator has massively reduced the noise completely. So when you zoom out, it's a lot smoother picture. You can see the noise differences on there. It looks like a very clear picture. Keep in mind, this is unprocessed. These are still blacked out pictures. These aren't processed anyway. The only thing I have done to them is on two of them, I've used Blur XTerminator. On the EZ and XTerminator, this is completely stock, and I've used Blur XTerminator for this one here and this one here, and then I use noise on both of these, and obviously Easy Processor Suite after I used Blur on these two. So that's the only differences. Apart from that, is when I would actually go in and actually process the data further. My processing is usually Blur and then noise anyway. So these two are very good compared, but obviously the NoiseXTerminator is a far better picture. Other things to consider is processing time. These pictures are quite small, so we go to M13. If you open the properties on, you can see the picture is about 51 to 52 meg in size. This is this is a stack photo, unprocessed. It's about 52 meg, and I believe a processed one is probably not far more than that. It's about the same size. But when you this is just when you stacked it with non-drizzle. When you consider drizzling, you would have to contend with this. Let's go to this data here, so this data here has drizzle data on it. Is this here? Now, like I said, the original picture was 50 meg, but when you drizzle it, the size of the photo increases massively. I believe this was 2 times drizzled, and the data obviously increased. The size of the actual data increases massively. This has an effect on your processing time. For the XTerminator file, so the NoiseXTerminator, I think it took about a minute. At the very most, it was lightning fast. Whereas the Easy Processing Suite on the 200 meg picture, I quite literally done all my housework before it finished. You're literally talking about nearly an hour and a half, hour 3/4 for the entire thing to run its process from start to finish with a large file. So keep in mind the size file has a effect on how long it takes to do its processing. This is also the same for mosaic pictures as well. So when you do a mosaic picture, again, it increases in size, and it will be down here. Don't know. So these ones here, where did I put you? I think I'll put you in comparison. Yeah, I can't find it. I've moved it into another location. I think it's Mike as well. I've not stacked it properly. Yeah, so the picture increases when you do a mosaic as well. So you have to keep that one in mind as well. On top of that, the other thing to consider is obviously the price. Obviously, the XTerminator series for the NoiseXTerminator, I think it's about £60, whereas the EZ Processing Suite is obviously free of charge. If you're just starting in Pixinsight, I would say go for the EZ Processing Suite straight away, which will be chucked into your scripts when you install it from resources, which should be that one there, I believe. So it's yeah, definitely worth doing, just for the sheer fact it's what's that one there? That one there is. So it's definitely worth it for the fact for starting out. As you improve, it's definitely worth getting a NoiseXTerminator. Keep in mind, for XTerminator, they do offer a discount if you already own one of the bits of software. So don't buy them all straight away. Buy the first one, and then buy the other two after you bought the first one. So you buy them separately. And you can put in your registration code, and you'll be able to get a discount of, I think it's $10 or something like that. So it makes it a bit cheaper. So it's definitely worth doing. The NoiseXTerminator is probably by far one of the most important ones, because of the noise is quite important to get rid of. The Star XTerminator, you do have one in here already, which is just Starnet, which I'll do another comparison with these two shortly. So it's definitely it's not as important, but it's definitely on the priority list. But I would say go for a NoiseXTerminator for us if out of those three. But EZ Processing Suite is definitely a good starter point, and then moving on to a NoiseXTerminator or equivalent. So to conclude, the when you first get into Pixinsight, I would definitely recommend the EZ Processing Suite, and it's simple, it's quick-ish, but it's free of charge. And this is a good thing, because obviously you're paying quite a large sum of money for Pixinsight. You will eventually want to go for further software, paid software. It's obviously the natural run of things. But for starters, definitely go for EZ Processor Suite. You have multiple of suites on there, so it's definitely worth it when you first started processing. Once you get a little bit more advanced, you're going to start thinking about the XTerminator series. The XTerminator series is obviously it's paid, as I said before, but it's you do get a discount, which is what's, again, I believe I said before, but if not, it's about £10 for a discount here. So if you go to the home suite, you can get a free trial on all of them. Star Terminator, you want to go for all the Pixinsight, so it'd be this one here, this one here, these three here, ones you want for Pixinsight. Just click on one, it doesn't really matter. You do get a free trial, I believe, for a month on each of the software. So you can always buy it, try out for a month, have a play with it for a month, and you can then purchase at the end of it. And when you purchase it, purchase one, um, you can purchase straight away. But if you already own one of the licenses, if your email address on there, put your license key in there, and submit that, it will reduce the cost by $10, or about £5-6. It's not a lot, but it definitely helps when you buy 3 of them. So you both purchase the first one full price, and the other 2 will be discounted slightly. Definitely worth doing. That will be your next stage. Definitely, the XTerminator series is by far definitely the best one to go for. But at least definitely try the EZ Processing Suite first. This will be definitely your starter package. I didn't really use decom, not as much anyway. I use denoise, HDR, sometimes the soft stretch, and I still use star reduction from EZ. So it's a very good package to have. But eventually, definitely go for the XTerminator series. It's by far a better software. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next one.